Welcome to the Exposer. Guys, I think the dictionary should change the word desperate to stagnation, because this is where they are right now. Very desperate. So now they're using, again, old antics, which I exposed way before these videos came out, basically telling you that this is what stagnation resolved to. They will try to insult people on social media, but then they will rely on that same social media to try and clean up their own image. So, as I've been consistently putting out videos against this organization, they've had to hide. But now, all the exposing has taken it to a different level, and it has damaged their reputation. A reputation which was already damaged even before the exposing, but it's been damaged to a different type of level, where they've appeared on Sky News, BBC, they've got Panorama coming out for them, and a hell of YouTubers are raising awareness against what Spac Nation are doing. Everyone on social media is talking about it. So it's like the work has now affected them to a level where they need to respond. But again, they can't respond the way that a normal human being would respond, which is to address the allegation. So now the master has finally allowed his people to finally use social media again, and he has instructed them to put out messages on Twitter talking about how Spac Nation has changed their lives. But that could not overshadow all of the things that's been said about Spac Nation. So now he's told them to do the old school way, where he's getting all of them to do videos to put out saying what Spac Nation did for them and where they were at before they joined Spac Nation. Again, you're going to see these videos, but if you pay close attention to the videos, you can see that a lot of them are nervous and a lot of them are being told what to say. And this confirms that this is definitely a cult, the controlling that's going on behind the scene. Why would a church, a so-called church, encourage its members to put videos out saying what Spac Nation did for them? Shouldn't the main pastor himself come out and address all the issues that's going on? It's really sad because a lot of them, I know, probably didn't want to do the videos, but they have no choice, and you guys have seen. And some of the people that you will see talking in these videos are people who are under the leadership of Sam, the big Pablo Escobar at Spac Nation, and you've got also people who are under Miriam's leadership. So you know that these people are all victims. So have a look at some of the videos that the Spac Nation have put out.
Like before Spac Nation, I was very oblivious of everything that was around me, situations, the lifestyles that people live, and I almost felt like it wasn't my own situation to deal with. It was something for the police or the government or whatever to deal with. But being in Spac Nation has allowed me to kind of open my eyes a bit more and see beyond myself, and then realize that there's something that I can do to help people rather than just sit back and let others do the job. I feel like before Spac Nation, I was very oblivious of everything that was around me,
My name is Tamiwa. I'm 20 years old and I'm currently studying in my third year of university. Before Spac Nation, I remember growing up around the age of 11 or 12, I was asked a specific question. And that question was, where do you see yourself when you're older? And I remember replying with confidence, saying that I see myself living an account of that with myself and my family, just living well off. And it made me realize that at such a young age, I already had drilled into me a very limited mindset. I didn't know anything about women in business. I didn't know anything about women in finances. And I was actually very comfortable with it, to the point where as I was growing up, it made me realize that I was very selfish and very self-ambitious, and I literally just only cared about myself and what I was doing. Spac Nation has made me realize that I have a love for the community that I never even knew I had. With all the community work that is done, all the community engagement, all the lives it's touched, all the lives that it's saved, I didn't even know that I had such a passion for people, but I really do. Spac Nation has also shown me that you can actually find women in power, and that you can actually become a woman in power. I always knew about women empowerment and women doing things, women being in power, but I never knew that I could become one of those because I never had the opportunities around me. But through the help of my community unit and the help of mentorship and leadership, I've been able to go on so many activities, so many programs where I've gained a lot of experience in all types of fields, so that I actually now have an open choice of what I want to do in the future with myself. My experience at Spac Nation has been one like no other. It's made me realize so many things about myself, and it's made me find a deeper love for people.
Spac Nation has actually helped me in terms of being more bold. I used to be quite timid. it's also made me understand the importance of helping people. And through me understanding that importance, I'm now pursuing politics, Spac Nation, through the NGP, through meeting various people within inside Spac. I've now been actually able to go and pursue a political career. And just like, it's just taught me like why it's important to love others.
Good afternoon, my name is Loidi and I am 22 years old, and I have been coming to Spac Nation for about 3 years now. After a year and a half of being in Spac Nation, I became a minister, and this year actually in September just gone, I became a pastor. Right now I'm currently studying international business at Middlesex University, and I part-time alongside my studies. I work for a higher brand in central London. Why I love Spac Nation so much. Spac Nation is honestly just like a big family for me. Honestly, it's like this. Imagine having like a massive family. So Christmas is always going to be fun. Easter is always going to be fun. Summer's always fun. There's always something happening with your brothers and sisters, and I love that honestly, because especially for someone like me, family means a lot. Considering I didn't grow up with a father, as my father died when I was quite little. I saw a father figure in someone like Pastor Toby and Pastor Samuel Kokio. Good afternoon, my name is Loidi and I am 22 years old, and I have been coming to Spac Nation for about 3 years now. After a year and a half of being in Spac Nation, I became a minister, and this year actually in September just gone, I became a pastor. Right now I'm currently studying international business at Middlesex University, and I part-time alongside my studies. I work for a higher brand in central London. Why I love Spac Nation so much. Spac Nation is honestly just like a big family for me. Honestly, it's like this. Imagine having like a massive family. So Christmas is always going to be fun. Easter is always going to be fun. Summer's always fun. There's always something happening with your brothers and sisters, and I love that honestly, because especially for someone like me, family means a lot. Considering I didn't grow up with a father, as my father died when I was quite little. I saw a father figure in someone like Pastor Toby and Pastor Samuel Kokio.
This is Pastor Enrique. I believe many of you don't know my face by now. But no, honestly, Spac Nation has completely turned my life around, and I need to emphasize on that because I don't think I've had the chance to say it. You know, the word that I was hearing when I came to Spac Nation in 2016, Pastor Toby speaking so passionately, speaking about a new generation, speaking about young people being daring, young people loving God, being prosperous. You know, I began to hear the words that Pastor Toby was saying, and I saw how it began to change my life. So what did I do? I used that word and I began to utilize it and see the effects of that word in other young people. So for example, I got a young, I won't mention his name, but what I've done is that one of the young men that are around me, he had a court case, he was about to go to jail for a few years. But because of what I learned in Spac Nation, I was able to replicate that, show it to him, and now he's been able to turn his life around. You know, again, many of you don't know I was stabbed at the age of 17 and nearly died. I was involved in gangs. But Pastor Toby has been able to reach out to a generation even of that such a young age. And what did he do? He's been able to inspire them. And that's what Spac Nation does really. Spac Nation is a word church. We give word, we love God, and we want to be very prosperous so that we can help more people. And that's why I've learned in Spac Nation. So why would I listen to what Pastor Toby? He continuously inspires me. He continuously shows me the future. He continuously enables me to know that I can become better of myself and I can lead more young people. And this is what Spac Nation is. So if you haven't been before, I welcome you. And I thank you. Pastor Enrique, my famous pastor.
As you can see, we're not really saying anything. It's not like Spac has done anything exceptional for their lives. It's like they're struggling to even find a point to put out for Spac Nation. So you're going to hear the most obvious things like Spac Nation accepted me for who I am and gave me an opportunity that I never had before. Just basic information. But what all these people have in common is Spac Nation probably put them all in debt. That's what they have in common. And one of the girls that mentioned her name, Loidi, she lives in Sam's house. So she was one of the girls that Sam was disrespecting in the WhatsApp group that was exposed. And what Spac Nation are doing, they're doing a brilliant job of exposing themselves to the whole world that they are a cult. Because they're showing how controlling they are by getting their members to do videos expressing what Spac Nation has done for them. This is something that they could have done before. Why did all the members not decide to put out a video and say Spac Nation helped change their life out of their own will? Why are they all releasing videos around the same time? Because we all know the information from their leader is to release videos to say that Spac Nation has changed your life, even though all the evidence is out there and we know what Spac Nation are doing to them. And it's funny how the main man himself is so scared to put himself out there that he's getting these people who he's exploited to be doing videos to talk on behalf of his organization. That tells us that, again, he's hiding behind the scenes because he's very scared, because he knows that if he shows his face, he needs to address all the allegations that's been said about his church. Not even all the allegations, all the evidence that's been provided against his church. He's afraid to talk about it, and not one of them is brave enough to even talk about it. We've seen one of the pastors go on BBC and get questioned, and he looked nervous. He couldn't even address the allegations properly. He had to say that he's not aware of that the things are going on there, but which is quite silly, because we all know, everyone knows that Spac Nation have made people take out loans. Everybody knows that Spac Nation are manipulating people in the organization. Everybody knows that they are recruiting people to live in the trap houses who are getting exploited, allegedly. So it's quite astonishing, but this tells us that the work we've done is incredible, because they've run out of ideas and they're very afraid of the panorama that's about to come out. So they're doing everything to try and distract everybody. That's what they're doing right now. And we all know that their main pastor used to respond to allegations on his periscopes, and today he can't even do that because he knows that everything's been exposed. There's nothing to really say. So yeah, guys, incredible work that we've done and that we continue to do, and we're going to keep fighting this battle. There's no stopping. They can do everything that they're doing right now, but that lets us know that Spac Nation have run out of ideas. So now they're trying to basically distract everyone from focusing on the main thing. But what they're failing to understand is everyone is aware now that they are a corrupted organization.